Okay, so we're going to begin, and I am going to invite Gretchen to introduce us. So welcome everybody, and Gretchen, go ahead.
Thank you, Amber. Good afternoon. My name is Gretchen, and I'm the current president of the North Thurston School Board. I'm very thankful that you have joined us for this community conversation, meeting the needs of individual students in our Latinx community. This community conversation ties into our strategic plan, Goal 4, continuous growth, all students, all subjects. The big picture map within our district on how we best serve our students. During COVID, many issues have been presented, but tonight our intention is to focus on our Latinx community. We are hopeful that you will share your ideas, experiences, and recommendations to help our district better serve our Latinx and Spanish-speaking students. We also have representatives from the community programs with us tonight, so we can identify opportunities to bridge gaps between the work of our district and our community resources to better support our families and students. Our intent tonight is to listen deeply as we participate in a community cafe conversation, which will be led by some of our parents and community leaders. To start this conversation, we will share some of our district data and hear from some of our panel members, and then engage in breakout conversations. Our board of directors are here tonight to listen inside of your breakout rooms. Graham Sacrison, Mel Hartley, Dave Newkirk, and Chuck Dammit. We will work side by side with our two leaders, Amber Huffdickler. Amber is a community member who serves on the District Equity Advisory Team. She is facilitating our new parent leadership team through an organization called Supporting Partnerships in Education and Beyond. And she served as co-chair on our Multicultural Action Council. Claudia Rodriguez. Claudia is a Mexican immigrant, former ELL student, U.S. Army veteran, and a mom. Her son, Zion, graduated from River Ridge High School and is now a sophomore at St. Martin's University. Her son, Noah, attends Aspire Middle School. She has been a North Thurston Public School volunteer and volunteer coordinator at Meadows Elementary. She has a BA in elementary education and is currently a graduate student at St. Martin's University with one class to go to earn her master's in English and English language learning. She currently serves as a substitute teacher and interprets for the district, is part of our new parent leadership team, and is committed to providing equitable access in education and advocating for native language retention for all students. We have many of our parent leaders here to help facilitate and gather your thinking in our breakout sessions. I am so grateful you have taken the time out of your day, your schedule, and your full life, especially in COVID. Thank you for being here. I will now turn the conversation over to Amber and Claudia.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Gretchen Maliska y soy la actual presidenta de su Consejo de Directores de North Thurston. Estoy muy agradecida que nos acompañen para esta conversación comunitaria de cómo satisfacer las necesidades individuales de nuestros estudiantes en nuestra comunidad, Latinx. Esta conversación comunitaria se vincula con nuestro plan estratégico, el cuarto objetivo, crecimiento continuo para todos los estudiantes y en todas las materias. Este es nuestro mapa general dentro de nuestro distrito sobre cómo servir mejor a nuestros estudiantes. Durante el COVID se han presentado muchos temas, pero esta noche nuestra intención se centrará en nuestra comunidad Latinx. Tenemos la esperanza que compartirán sus ideas, experiencias y recomendaciones para ayudar a nuestro distrito y servir mejor a nuestros estudiantes Latinx de habla hispana. Perdón. También tenemos representantes de programas comunitarios con nosotros esta noche para que podamos identificar oportunidades para llenar los huecos entre el trabajo de nuestro distrito y los recursos comunitarios, para apoyar mejor a nuestras familias y estudiantes. Nuestra intención esta noche es escuchar profundamente mientras participamos en una conversación en un café comunitario que será dirigida por algunos de nuestros padres de familia de nuestras escuelas del distrito North Thurston y líderes en la comunidad para iniciar conversación. Compartiremos algunos de los datos de nuestro distrito. Perdón. Repito. Sorry. El distrito North Thurston y líderes en la comunidad para iniciar esta conversación. Compartiremos algunos de los datos de nuestro distrito y escucharemos algunos de nuestros miembros de nuestro panel y luego participaremos en conversaciones grupales. Nuestra junta directiva está aquí esta noche para escuchar el interior de sus sesiones grupales. Graham Sacrison, Mel Hartley, Dave Newkirk y Chuck Nameth. Trabajaremos lado a lado con ustedes y nuestros líderes, Amber Huffstickler. Ella es un miembro de la comunidad que se desempeña en el equipo asesor de equidad del distrito. Ella está facilitando nuestro nuevo equipo de liderazgo para padres a través de una organización llamada Apoyando las Asociaciones en Educación y Más Allá, y sirvió como copresidente de nuestro Consejo de Acción Multicultural. Claudia Rodríguez, yo soy inmigrante mexicana. Aprendí inglés en la escuela, soy veterana del Army de los Estados Unidos y soy mamá. Mi hijo Zion se graduó de la escuela secundaria River Ridge y actualmente está en su segundo año de universidad en la escuela St. Martin's. Mi hijo Noah es estudiante en la escuela intermedia Aspire. Terminé mi carrera como maestra en educación primaria y actualmente soy un estudiante de posgrado en la Universidad de St. Martin's, faltándome solo una clase para obtener mi maestría en inglés como segundo idioma y aprendizaje de inglés. He sido voluntaria del distrito y por varios años trabajé de coordinadora de voluntarios en la escuela Meros. Actualmente me desempeño como maestra suplente e intérprete para el distrito y soy parte de nuestro nuevo equipo de liderazgo de padres. Estoy comprometida a brindar acceso equitativo en la educación y abogar por la retención de idioma nativa para todos los estudiantes. También tenemos muchos de nuestros líderes de padres de familia aquí para ayudar a facilitar y reunir sus pensamientos en nuestras sesiones grupales. Estoy muy agradecida de que se haya tomado un tiempo de su día, su horario y de su vida completa, especialmente en tiempos de COVID. Gracias por estar aquí. Ahora pasaré la conversación a Amber y a Claudia.
Okay, so welcome everybody and thank you for joining. We are going to be doing English and Spanish consecutive interpretation. So it's me and Claudia hosting.
Bienvenidos a todos. Los anfitriones somos Amber y yo y vamos a estar haciendo interpretación toda la noche.
During tonight's event, we want to make it clear that we're not going to tolerate any disrespectful or disruptive behavior that take away from our conversations on equity. So our hosts are going to have and use the right to remove anyone that doesn't comply.
Durante nuestra junta hoy no vamos a soportar ningún desorden o comentarios irrespetuosos. Si eso pasa, las personas a cargo tendrán, las retirarán de la junta.
And tonight we're focusing on our Latinx identifying and Spanish speaking students. But I think we have to believe that when we focus on any group of students, it's to the benefit of all students. So this is just one of many conversations that we're having about equity.
Hoy vamos a enfocarnos en los estudiantes de habla hispana y Latinx, pero es importante decir que en muchas conversaciones que hemos tenido y tenemos la intención de tener en el futuro, vamos a integrar otras conversaciones también.
And specifically, I want to name and acknowledge that we are, North Thurston is on Nisqually land. Nisqually is our local tribe. And we want to acknowledge, and recognize and have an inclusive space that respects and honors our local Native families, students, and community members.
Antes de comenzar, me gustaría reconocer que las escuelas públicas de North Thurston residen en las tierras tradicionales del pueblo Nisqually y queremos honrar a esas familias y a sus estudiantes.
So when we say equity, what we're talking about here is, each of us getting what we need to survive or succeed. And that means access to opportunity and networks, resources, and supports based on where we are and where we want to go.
Cuando hablamos de equidad, queremos decir que cada uno de nosotros tenemos necesidades individuales para sobrevivir o sobresalir, incluyendo acceso a oportunidades, red de contactos, recursos y apoyos basado a dónde estamos y a dónde queremos ir.
So as Gretchen mentioned, we're going to have Sarah Rich present a little bit of student data, and this is to plant some seeds for conversation about how to best support all our students, and specifically tonight, talking about our Latinx students.
Como mencionó Gretchen, Sarah Rich, directora ejecutiva de evaluación, investigación y responsabilidad, primero presentará algunos datos de los estudiantes para proporcionar una base de conversación.
Sarah, please go ahead.
Sara, por favor.
Thank you. Amber, would you tell me if you can see the PowerPoint?
Yes, I can.
Great. Hello, my name is Sarah Rich, and I serve as the Executive Director of Student Achievement. We monitor a lot of data to ensure that we're providing students equitable opportunities for all. And where we're not yet achieving equity, it gives us an opportunity to use data to check our progress. We've selected a very small number of data points to share with you about how well we're meeting the needs of our Hispanic, Latinx, and English learner students. And it's really important to know that while we're talking about numbers, we know that individual students make up every statistic we share, and we work with them individually to help support their success. This first slide shows you graduation rate data. This is a very important goal in our strategic plan. Goal 5, outcome B, increase graduation rates for all student groups. You can see here the very light blue bars in the class of 2019 and 2020. You can see Hispanic, Latino, or Latinx students. And you can see that for the class of 2020, 87.8% of students who identify as Hispanic or Latinx graduated within 4 years. Also for the class of 2020, 73.7% of English learners over here in pink graduated in 4 years. English learners are one group that we monitor very closely, and our goal is a 95% graduation rate. As a student, we really stress the importance of continuing to work with students beyond their 4-year graduation date until they are 21, so we can ensure that they reach graduation.
Como pueden ver, comenzamos con los datos de tasa de graduación. Este es un objetivo importante en nuestros planes estratégicos. El quinto, con resultado B, es incrementar el índice de graduación para todos los grupos de estudiantes. Pueden ver aquí en las barras azules, color azul celeste, que en la clase del 2020, el 87.8 de los estudiantes que se identifican como hispanos o Latinx o latinos se graduaron en 4 años. También para la clase de 2020, el 73.7% de graduados, de los estudiantes en programas de inglés se graduaron en 4 años, lo que se puede ver en el color rosado. Como distrito realmente enfatizamos la importancia de continuar trabajando con los estudiantes hasta que cumplan 21 años para llegar a graduarse. Los estudiantes en programas de inglés son un grupo que monitoreamos de cerca y nuestra meta es lograr una tasa de graduación del 95%.
Zooming in a little closer, we want you to see the graduation rates for our Hispanic Latinx students compared to the state. You can see these in blue. Our students are more than 10 points higher than Hispanic Latinx students statewide. You can also see our students who are learning English in orange on the right-hand side are higher than the state in 2020 by about 5 points, but in the previous 2 years, we're below the state rate for English learners.
Acercándonos un poco más, queríamos que vieran las tasas de graduación de nuestros estudiantes hispanos o Latinx en comparación con el estado. Nuestros estudiantes son más de 10 puntos más altos que los estudiantes hispanos Latinx en todo el estado. También pueden ver que nuestros estudiantes de inglés son más altos en el estado en el año 2020 por aproximadamente 5 puntos. Pero en los 2 años anteriores estuvieron por debajo de la tasa estatal para los estudiantes de inglés.
Amber, I have a few more slides, so I want to be sensitive about time. I'll cover one more and then you can tell me if I should continue or if we should pause there.
Okay, I think you should probably pause there.
Right here,
Yes.
or in one more.
I'd do this one, so I would skip the last one.
Okay, perfect. So this is showing attendance. We monitor attendance rates because it's a good reflection of how connected our students feel to the school community, and also because we know there's a very strong correlation between attendance and achievement. This is also guided by our strategic plan goal 2 outcome B, increased percentage of regular school attenders. This slide shows attendance during Q1 this fall, which was during COVID distance learning. Students count as attending during COVID if they participate in instruction either in a live session or by logging in later in the day, submitting assignments, or communicating with their teacher. Our goal is that 75% of students are regular attenders, meaning they miss less than 5% of school. You can see in this slide that almost 71% of our Hispanic Latinx students are regular attenders. And while it is not shown on this slide, another piece of data is that 67% of our students who are English learners had regular attendance.
Monitoreamos las tasas de asistencia porque esto es un buen reflejo. Como pueden ver aquí, las tasas de asistencia escolar incluyen los datos de esta página. Perdón. Sarah, where did you leave off? I'm sorry, because I had notes, and since you're not sharing, I kind of went all over the place.
Oh, are you not able to see my screen? We were looking at attendance, the attendance rate slide.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Perdón. Monitoreamos las tasas de asistencia porque esto es un buen reflejo de cuán conectados se sienten nuestros estudiantes con la comunidad. Entonces, nuestros estudiantes con la comunidad escolar y también porque sabemos que existe una fuerte conexión entre la asistencia escolar y el rendimiento estudiantil. Esto también es guiado por nuestro plan estratégico. La segunda meta resultado B, incrementar el porcentaje de nuestros estudiantes hispanos o latinos que obtienen Entonces, asistentes regulares. Como pueden ver, Sarah, can you repeat after? I'm sorry, my slides are all over the place. You weren't going to do the dual one, correct?
No, just attendance.
Sorry, got all mixed up when we changed.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on just a second. Perdón, un momento porque tengo un problema con
Do you want me to
los.
tell you what it says and pause at each sentence?
No, I'm just going to go through my,
Okay.
sorry. I told them there's a problem with my connection here, so. All right. So we said, les pido por favor que tengan un poquito de paciencia. Aquí está. Ok, entonces, perdón, esto también está guiado por nuestro plan estratégico, la segunda meta, resultado B, incrementar el porcentaje de asistentes regulares a la escuela. Esta gráfica muestra la asistencia durante el primer trimestre de este otoño, que fue durante el aprendizaje a distancia de COVID. Los estudiantes cuentan como asistentes y participan en la instrucción escolar, ya sea en una sesión en vivo o ingresando más tarde en el día entregando tareas o comunicándose con su maestro. Nuestra meta es que el 75% de estudiantes asistan regularmente, lo que significa que pierdan menos del 5% de la escuela. Pueden ver en esta gráfica que casi el 71% de nuestros estudiantes hispanos Latinx asisten regularmente. Aunque no se muestran en esta gráfica, otro dato importante es que el 67% de nuestros estudiantes en programas de aprendizaje de inglés tuvieron asistencia regular en comparación con el 75% de estudiantes que no son parte de los programas de inglés.
Okay, so
Sorry.
as Sarah mentioned, she has some other data points, but I want to turn to our panelists and let them respond to the data. And panelists, my instruction here is if any of you responded to data, Sarah, this is for you to pay attention. If they are bringing up data that you didn't cover, go ahead and just show that slide, in case, and they'll talk about it.
Como mencionó Sara, tenemos más datos, pero no se presentaron. Vamos a darle un tiempo a los panelistas para que dialoguen y hablen de lo que se presentó. Si se habla o se pregunta de otros datos, entonces Sara puede presentar esos datos.
Okay, so please let's welcome our first panelist. We have 5, and they each play a different role with the school district. So my invitation is that Martha Arana, can you take a couple minutes to just introduce yourself and choose one data point that you would like to respond to? You can go ahead after Claudia translates.
Entonces vamos a presentar el orden de panelistas. La primera persona es Marta Arana y es líder de padres. Ella padres de familia y va a tomar un poquito de tiempo para introducirse.
So good evening, everyone. My name is Marta Arana, and as Claudia said, I'm a family member. I have 4 kids in the school district, but I'm also the panelist today, and I'm also part of the parents leadership team. I don't know when you want me to start, Claudia.
Como Claudia dijo, soy panelista y soy líder de padres de familia. Tengo 4 hijos en el distrito y soy parte del equipo de liderazgo de padres de familia.
Okay. So for me, it's really hard to pick just one graph to talk about it, but I'm going to go with the graduation rate. Looking at the graduation rate, I have a few ideas that might be causing that gap between Latinx students and other students. And one of them, it has to do with discipline. I'm just going to touch a little bit on that because I believe that Latinx students are disciplined differently from other classmates. They have higher rate of disciplines. Their disciplines are more harsh than other students. And also, you know, that will affect them because they get suspended. If they do something small in class, they get, you know, some kind of, they could be taken out of class, which means they're missing on classes. If they get suspended, they're also missing classes, they're missing opportunities. And also that it keeps affecting them because they will see the difference, like they're not treated the same. So that will also contribute to feel them not welcome at the school or not included. So I feel that takes, you know, that takes part on why there's a gap in graduation rates too. And I'm gonna stop here so Claudia can translate that.
Voy a hablar de las tasas de graduación y tengo algunas ideas sobre los huecos que se presentaron en nuestros estudiantes de Latinx. Yo creo que la disciplina es algo importante porque creo que la disciplina de los estudiantes de latinos, Latinx, les dan más disciplina en comparación de otros estudiantes más dura. Entonces, pierden oportunidades en la clase cuando los sacan de la clase y en la educación. No sé, también puede afectarles en cómo se sienten ellos mismos al estar en la escuela, no se sienten incluidos y les afecta personalmente.
So another factor I believe that it's really important is the lack of representation. There's hardly any minority teachers in schools. So I feel like they don't feel represented. And also the majority of the curriculum in the schools are taught in schools are not for them, are not like the curriculums are not thinking about Latinx students, about minorities, and also how they get evaluated. How they get evaluated is could be differently dependent on, you know, on the teachers. They can be some bias in decisions. There's also others. As I said, the student needs to feel welcome and representative and feel that they belong at school. So if they see more students, more teachers that they can feel a connection, that will help in their academics too.
Otra cosa que pienso es que falta representación en las escuelas. No, los estudiantes no se ven en las escuelas porque no hay maestros que se parezcan a ellos. Y también en el currículo presentado, no creo que el currículo tome en cuenta a los estudiantes latinos o de habla hispana cuando está hecho. Entonces no sienten que está hecho para ellos. También puede haber mucha parcialidad en las evaluaciones dependiendo en los maestros que dan las evaluaciones.
And I don't know how much time I have, Amber.
I think actually, Martha, I'd love to move on to another panel.
Okay.
Thank you so much for what you've shared, and I hope our other panelists can add to it. Claudia, you wanna?
Gracias, Marta, por compartir. Vamos a seguir con otro panelista y ojalá y puedan compartir más y agregar a lo que tú has dicho.
So now I'd like to invite Julio Rios. He is the Executive Director of Cielo to respond. Julio, you want to take a couple minutes? What data point did you want to focus on?
Or can you hear me?
I can hear you okay, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much and good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to be here and thank you for all the other panelists, board members, community members, educators, family members, thank you for being here. Also, translation is so important, so thank you. I would like to talk a little bit about both the graduation rates and also the absentee rates for the students. Um, my experience is it could be a little bit limited because myself I am an immigrant. I just arrived to the United States around 20 months ago, and I can speak both as someone who's been experiencing what it is to come from another country and arrive to a different environment, and also as a leader of an organization who's working to build three aspects that are our theory of change, our theory to achieve a better community, which is building up the community for Latinos, uh, giving them tools to find self-sufficiency in order for them to achieve leadership in the community. One thing that I've been
Will
able,
you, sorry to interrupt. I just want to give Claudia a chance to share some of what you're saying.
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Y presentamos ahora a Julio Ríos, director ejecutivo de Cielo, Centro Integral Educativo Latino de Olimpia. Y él se presenta y dice que es un placer estar aquí y agradece a todas las personas que están involucradas esta noche, a los educadores, padres de familia, intérpretes y maestros, todos los que están aquí. Él quiere hablar un poco de las tasas de graduación y la asistencia y habla con experiencia porque él es inmigrante. Llegó hace unos meses, 6 meses, perdón, como 6 meses,
A little bit more,
un
como-
poquito más de 6 meses. Y habla dice que habla con experiencia llegando de otro país y trabajando con Cielo, que tiene una teoría de elevar a nuestra comunidad latina para que encuentren un propósito y puedan integrarse a la comunidad y ayudarse ellos mismos.
yeah. So one aspect that is important for us is also model cultural humility, and that is not assuming anything from anyone and spending the time to get to know that individual. Not because we are Latinos, we're going to assume that we know and understand what are their needs. So whenever we're talking about, graduation rates, and we're talking about, being absent at school, we need to be able to spend the time with individuals and know their families. One of the things that, and I'm going to stop right in just finishing up this statement. One of the things that we have been able to learn is for Latinos, time is not money, time is relationship. And we need to understand that so we can understand and get the trust of families, so we can understand what are the dynamics going on in the families that are producing the results that for us are numbers, which is graduation rates and also absentee rates.
Okay. Un aspecto que yo creo que es importante es el aspecto de humildad cultural. Es no asumir lo que se necesita en nuestra comunidad, nada más porque somos latinos. Entonces, hablando de aspectos como graduación, la asistencia, lo que se tiene que hacer es compartir con los estudiantes y las familias, en verdad conocerlas, llegar a conocerlas. Y entonces nosotros como latinos no vemos el tiempo como, el tiempo no es dinero, el tiempo son relaciones y así queremos ver cómo relacionamos las tasas presentadas de graduación y asistencia.
And then just relating these two items with what we already know that were the obstacles. Like I really appreciate what Ms. Marta said a couple of seconds ago. All of them were in a way a little bit aggravated as we started living in the pandemic. The obstacles that families were already living were just exacerbated whenever parents and families had already obstacles to navigate the school system. As a leader in Cielo, I can tell you that we had to support those families and kind of like relearn the system that they were living on. Sometimes meaning the meaning of going to school is not the same, because sometimes families are living in survival mode, and school really doesn't mean a lot when you're trying to just to make ends meet. And you as a student, you're not only focused in your education, but you're focused on the survival of your own family. So just resonating with what was said, representation is so important, so those voices can be heard and understood. And it's not only translation, it means also being able to be meet those individuals are where they're at, and they can be understood.
Los datos, esos dos datos de graduación, las tasas de graduación y asistencia son relacionados con obstáculos que muchos de los estudiantes y familias han estado navegando y se agraviaron con la pandemia, y navegar el sistema escolar, hemos tenido que ayudar a esas familias a navegar ese sistema, y a veces las familias que están en esta situación piensan en sobrevivir, no en los estudios. Y hay que enfocar, los estudiantes se enfocan en el sobrevivir nada más de ellos y de familia. Entonces, no nada más es interpretar o traducir, es conocer lo que se necesita de cada estudiante.
Okay, Julio, anything you'd like to add before ending?
No, I think that's what I want to share right now. Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
¿No tiene nada que agregar? Julio dice que no, que es todo por el momento.
Okay, so so we have 3 more panelists, and then so we're running a little bit late. This is my solution here, just to give everyone a heads up. So after the panelists finish, we're gonna break out into small group conversations. We're gonna come back together, and then we're gonna end with the student conversation. And so please just enjoy the breakout conversations and know that we'll just do 1 instead of 2 tonight. That's a note for all of our breakout facilitators.
Todavía tenemos 3 más panelistas y tengo una solución nada más para decirle también a los panelistas y a todos ustedes que vamos, después de que presenten los panelistas, vamos a irnos a grupos pequeños y después regresamos juntos y terminaremos la conversación de los estudiantes. Nada más va a haber una sesión de grupos pequeños, no 2, como se planificó inicialmente.
Okay, so Gabby, would you please introduce yourself? We have you spotlighted, and share a little bit of your thoughts on the data. Try to take 2 to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gabby. I'm currently a junior at River Ridge High School. I am a mixed Hispanic. I just wanted to point out, like, in the attendance rates, as a Hispanic, I know, like, my dad, he works early in the morning. So, like, attendance might be a problem for many Hispanics due to their parents, either both parents leaving early in the morning, them having siblings, having to get themselves ready, their siblings ready, making sure that they're ready as well for school. I know that's a big problem. I just want to point that out. Also, towards the graduation rates, last year I noticed that graduation rates went up a lot, and that was due to COVID, and also there was no state testing last year, so I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Gabby, let's stop there, and Claudia, go ahead and translate that. Thanks.
Hola, soy Gaby y estoy en mi tercer año en la escuela secundaria de River Ridge. Quiero hablar un poquito de las tasas de asistencia, y yo tengo entendido, yo soy latina y soy mezclada hispana, y en las familias hispanas como en la mía, mi papá se levanta temprano y a veces en muchas familias se van temprano y dejan sus hijos solos y los estudiantes están solos y tienen que ver por ellos mismos y por sus hermanos también. Otra cosa que quiero decir es las tasas de graduación. Yo creo que subieron por el COVID porque no hubo exámenes finales y entonces eso puede reflejar que subieron las tasas de graduación.
Gabby, do you want to add any other thoughts there?
No,
Gaby,
that's gonna be good.
¿otros pensamientos? No, ya es todo.
Thank you, Gabby. And Gabby will be one of the students that gets to continue talking with other students when we come back from our breakout conversations.
Gracias, Gaby. Gaby también será una de las estudiantes que seguirá la conversación de estudiantes cuando regresemos de nuestros grupos pequeños.
So now we have Wendy Cooper, and Wendy Cooper is a educator here in the district. So Wendy, please take a couple minutes. Go ahead and respond to the data.
Good evening, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here. And like Amber said, I am an EL teacher. I teach at 2 elementary schools, Lacey Elementary and Olympic View. I've been with the district for 5 years. And I wanted to focus on the graduation rates amongst ELL students. First of all, I'm happy to see that the numbers are going up. But on the other hand, like Gabby mentioned, there's some things to see in there because of COVID. So, I wonder how good that data is going to be once we get back, and hopefully in something regular. And so when I look at the data, especially as an ELL teacher, I think it's important to notice that we need to monitor closely, and it becomes, especially with our long-term ELLs. I feel like that you could start as a district, we could start, as far as elementary school, because what I've noticed is that a lot of our students become what they call long-term ELLs. In other words, they keep going and going into the system, and it seems never ending. And I feel that the district as a whole also has a lot of resources available to parents. However, I feel the parents do not know how to reach out to those services, and they do not know how to use those services. I spend a great amount of my time explaining to the parents where to go, how to reach out to all those services. Gaby, do you want me to continue? Blah, 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 blah.
Hola, me llamo Wendy Cooper. Buenas noches, es un placer estar aquí. Yo trabajo con estudiantes de aprendizaje de inglés del distrito. Ya llevo 5 años trabajando con ellos y trabajo en las escuelas elementales de Lacey y Olympic View. Pues yo quiero hablar un poco de los números y soy feliz de ver que los números están subiendo para los estudiantes en programas de aprendizaje de inglés. Y creo que también tiene que ver mucho COVID y me pregunto qué tan buenos son los datos presentados. Quiero hablar específicamente de los estudiantes en aprendizaje de inglés que siguen en ese programa o siguen por mucho tiempo. Siguen en el sistema y el distrito yo creo que tiene muchos servicios, pero también pienso que muchos de los padres no saben de los servicios y mucho del tiempo que paso es ayudándoles a aprender de sus servicios para que tengan acceso.
Julio mentioned this, I think a big issue I see, yes, the services are there, but, just translating something doesn't make it good. Okay, we put the website in Spanish. I'll be honest with you, most parents, even though it's in the language, they don't understand what it really means. And so I think it's really important that we reach out to them. And Julio also mentioned about, making those relationships. Parents are very timid. A lot of the parents are timid because they don't speak the language. They don't feel like they're gonna fit in. And so they're afraid. They don't even know what to ask most of the time because they don't even know what's available to them. So to me, it's very important that we make a better effort, I suppose, to reaching out to the parents and making them feel, more welcome, making them feel that, hey, even though you don't speak the language, whether it's Spanish or whatever the other language might be, that they can come to us. And I think it's also, even though I'm not at the high school, but if I've had my own kids went to high school and graduated from Northwestern High School, is that it has to be more dedicated counselors who are closely monitoring those ELL students, making sure that they're taking the classes that they need, not just classes that, not waiting until the last year. I think that's really, really, really important. And when I say it, having dedicated counselors, I just don't mean, okay, giving them the list, but also explain the different options that those students have, pursuing higher education after high school. I think that is very vital in our community because most parents don't really know that, even their students.
También quiero decir que como Julio mencionó, de los servicios, no es suficiente traducir algo y ponerlo en la página web del distrito porque a veces los padres, no entienden lo que dice o no pueden accesarlo. Entonces es importante llegar a esos padres de familia y seguir haciendo relación con ellos. Porque a veces ellos son tímidos, no saben qué preguntar, y también la barrera de idioma, y pues nosotros tenemos que hacerlos sentir que pueden venir a nosotros a preguntar esas preguntas. Yo lo digo porque también, mis hijos se graduaron de la escuela secundaria de North Thurston, y pienso que también debe de haber más consejeros dedicados de la escuela secundaria que deben asistir temprano a esos estudiantes, no ya que se vayan a graduar y no nada más con una lista de clases que tienen que tomar para graduarse, pero también darles opciones para el futuro y explicarles lo que es, porque muchos estudiantes no saben las opciones que tienen.
Amy, do you have any last points to share?
No, I think, especially with timing, no, that's good.
Thank you so much.
Gracias.
So our final panelist is Kate Frazier, and she is showing up tonight as the Director of Equity and World Languages. Kate, go ahead. Or, well, let's let Claudia introduce you, and then you can go ahead.
La panelista final es Kate Frazier, es directora de Equidad e Idiomas de las Escuelas Públicas de North Thurston.
Well, good evening, everyone. And so the data point I wanted to think deeply about is the one that wasn't shared with the dual credits for students. And so this is the opportunity for our high school students to earn high school credit while also earning college credit at the same time. And when you look at the data, across the board with all of our different student groups, we show lower participation in comparison to the state with participation, and it's significantly lower for our English language learners who are accessing dual credit options. So I just thinking about our conversations tonight, we're engaging in conversations around this as a district on how to increase access, how to increase more courses, how to increase enrollment. And I'm just wondering a couple things. I'm wondering about our communication as a district, and just hearing Wendy and Julio share tonight about what we can be doing differently to make sure that the students and families know about this opportunity. I'm also wondering for students who have been enrolled who are here tonight in the dual credit courses, what your experience has been, if you have taken one in the past or currently, and then just our collaboration moving forward to increase participation.
Buenas noches a todos. El punto de datos del cual quiero hablar es los de crédito dual, donde estudiantes tienen la oportunidad de tomar créditos en la secundaria y también en programas para avanzarlos en universidad, o ya sea programas que les den créditos de universidad. Entonces, pensando en lo que dijo Wendy y Julio, en cómo podemos accesar, hacer más relación con familias, y como los puntos de data no se presentaron, pero es más bajo para estudiantes de aprendizaje de inglés. Entonces, el porcentaje es más bajo para ellos del acceso a estos programas. Entonces, quiero ver en qué formas puedo incrementar ese acceso y cómo empezar programas como los que mencionaron para poder conectar con familias, Wendy y Julio.
Thank you so much, Kate. Any last words? Okay. Okay, thank you. Wow. Okay, so now is our chance for everybody in our Zoom call to join in the conversation. And I pasted the questions for our small group conversations in the chat box.
Ahora es la oportunidad para todos compartir nuestras ideas sobre los puntos de data y puse en el chat las preguntas que se van a hacer. Las pueden accesar ahí mismo.
We have so many great bilingual breakout facilitators that are going to help host the conversation, so you can speak in whatever your preferred language is, English or Spanish.
Tenemos muchos facilitadores que son bilingües y en los grupos pequeños pueden hablar cualquier idioma que prefieran, inglés o español.
We're going to have our breakout groups. It should be just about 5 or 6 people per group for the next 10 or 12 minutes.
Tendremos nuestros grupos pequeños de 5 a 6 personas durante los próximos 5 a 10 minutos.
And my request is that, so we have our board members and cabinet members, they're going to be quiet observers. So my ask is that if you are a participant in the conversation, please speak to each other, talk about the data and what came up for you, and know that our board members and cabinet members will be listening curiously, but maybe not participating a lot in the conversation.
Lo que sí les pido es que, como habíamos mencionado, miembros del consejo y gabinete van a estar presentes en los grupos pequeños, pero van a estar nada más escuchando curiosamente y pedimos que ustedes hablen entre ustedes y no directamente a los miembros de consejo y gabinete.
Breakout facilitators, thank you in advance, and please take notes so that you are able to just bring the brilliance of your conversations to me. We will not have a chance to share it out in the whole group because of time.
Gracias a los facilitadores, por favor les pido que tomen nota de lo que se dice. Lamentablemente no tendremos tiempo de compartir lo que se dice, pero sí quiero que se comparta conmigo toda esa información.
Okay, Carmen, did I cover everything and are you ready to open the breakout rooms?
Carmen, ¿cubrí
Yes.
todo?
Yes, thank you. And we're ready ready?
Ya estamos listos para los grupos pequeños.
Yes, thank you, Carmen.
Sí, gracias, Carmen.
Okay, so good. All right, you all should have the option to join a breakout room. Did that pop up for you? No. Maybe you have not been assigned yet.
We'll just
Carmen.
form our own here. David, you're in charge.
That's a good idea.
Good to see you, David.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, looking good. Carmen, do you want to pause for recording right now? Or just keep it going?
Okay, should start seeing people pop back in any minute.
Okay. Carmen, were you able to track, I guess you can run a report on who actually logged on to join the meeting?
I think so.
Okay, I think you can too. Welcome back.
I think their countdown just started just now, Amber.
Welcome back, everybody. Hosts that are back, please, if you want to start sending a direct message to Carmen with your notes, just highlights from your conversation, you can do that now. If you would rather email them to her, I'll put her email in the chat box. You can email them later tonight.
Amber, I don't think we can send them to her on the chat because it's only set to certain, like the hosts.
Is she North Thurston? Carmen, are you North Thurston?
Oh, she's North Thurston. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Yes, I am.
A los anfitriones que están presentes y ya regresaron, pueden empezar a enviar los mensajes por el chat o si gustan enviarle directos a Carmen, o si gustan pueden enviarle un correo electrónico con sus notas y el correo está puesto en el chat. You put the email in the chat, right? Sorry, I can't see it.
Yes, I did.
Okay, sí. Entonces su correo está en el chat y lo pueden accesar ahí.
Okay, welcome. Okay.
Estamos esperando a unos cuantos pocos.
Okay, students, so Rigoberto, Gabby, Seneij, Jose, Alex, Ulises, like prepare yourselves, this is your time. Just give me a heads up.
Estudiantes, Rigoberto, Gaby, Sinaí, José, Alex y Ulises, prepárense porque ya van a empezar su plática.
So I'm going to try to go through and spotlight those students so that we can see them while they're talking.
Los van a poner para que puedan verlos mientras están en conversación.
But I might need some help here. Let's see. Gabby. Rigoberto, you are on twice. Can you please unmute yourself?
There
you are. Oh, I can't spotlight you. That's okay. Rigoberto, would you be willing to start your video?
Rigoberto, ¿puedes
With
empezar tu video?
my camera?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, and then we have two more students. Let's see. Alex is spotlighted.
Sinaí, is Sinaí here?
Yes. Oops, sorry. Okay, I will let Jenny finish spotlighting people. Okay, here we go. So, and I think I would like to be spotlighted too. And Claudia. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. This is an opportunity for us to hear just directly from the students talking to each other.
Bienvenidos a todos de regreso. Esta es la oportunidad que tenemos para escuchar a nuestros estudiantes hablar entre ellos.
Okay, so we have 6 students here, and they're all showing amazing leadership in showing up tonight and being our panelists. Students, this is an invitation for you to speak openly to each other, kind of about just sharing your ideas.
Okay, tenemos 6 estudiantes y estamos muy agradecidos porque están enseñando su liderazgo esta noche y esta es la oportunidad para que ellos compartan entre ellos mismos.
And student panelists, you will notice that you are now being upgraded to co-host, and that is to give you the option of using the chat function to each other as you're talking. Sometimes it's easier to like chat than it is to if you don't have an opening in the conversation.
Ahora están puestos como anfitriones también. Pueden hablar entre ustedes por el chat, porque a veces es más fácil hacerlo por el chat que nada más hablar en voz alta.
Okay, so I presented you all with this question, the $1 million question. You know, and the background for everyone else is sometimes it's easier to talk about what kind of improvements we want to make to support students when we talk about money. So the question that I gave to these students is, if you had $1 million to invest in your school so that every student could achieve their personal and academic goals, how would you spend that money and why?
Bueno, les presento la pregunta del $1 millón. A veces es más fácil escuchar cómo ellos gastarían ese dinero. Y la pregunta es, si tuvieran $1 millón para invertir en su escuela para que cada estudiante pudiera alcanzar sus metas personales y académicas, ¿cómo lo gastarías y por qué?
So this is, students, we got a few minutes here. I would love to hear you. Who would like to start?
Tenemos unos cuantos minutos. ¿Quién quiere empezar?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, hello everyone. My name is Samantha Flores, and I'm a junior at North Thurston High School. And some of the things that I would do with the money would be try to save some of it for, you know, school events, for it to include all students, not just, you know, juniors and seniors, but all students and all different ethnicities. And then some of the other part of the money also for programs, for example, students who need help with English, or like English speaking people who need help with ELO students. I'm trying to say that can learn how to speak English in a more intimate way, so like one-on-one, so that they can like really grasp the stuff, because sometimes in a classroom it's really hard with all the students. And also interpreters. So I know that in my school personally, there's about 2 or 3 teachers that are ELL. And I feel like that's really difficult considering that there's so many students, and they can't really teach all the students at the same time. So I feel like there should be like one teacher, one English speaking teacher in a class, and then an interpreter that speaks the origin of the student's language, because that'd be so much easier.
Thank you. Claudia, go ahead.
Ajá. Hola a todos, soy Sinaí Flores. Yo estoy en mi 3er año de North Thurston, la secundaria de North Thurston. Y lo que yo haría con el dinero es guardar un poco para eventos, para los estudiantes, y que incluya a todos los estudiantes, no nada más como a los de último año o 3er año, también para estudiantes de todas las etnicidades. Y también pondría el dinero a programas para estudiantes que están aprendiendo inglés, y darles un programa para que tengan más 1-a-1, porque a veces es difícil en las clases con tantos estudiantes aprender. También el dinero iría más a intérpretes, porque también en mi escuela nada más hay como 3 maestras que son bilingües. Entonces yo diría que debe de haber una maestra que hable inglés y una que hable el idioma del estudiante.
So, Sinai, did you have other ideas, or could we just open it to others to talk? You're good? Okay, so who wants to respond or kind of like add to what she shared?
¿Quién quiere responder o añadir a lo que ha compartido?
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
I kind of want to first. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a sophomore at Timberline High School, and I kind of wanted to add to what Sinai said about the numbers, because I know I had a friend last year that didn't speak good English, and I had to help him with the instructions, so I couldn't pay attention to what the teacher was teaching me, and so I help him too. So maybe I could help, and also I would the money would go to school supplies, because I know some families don't come from a lot of money, and so they could get better supplies for school, and also for transportation. Um, for transportation, sorry. Some routes don't go all the way to some houses, and as we said before, that parents leave early for work, but kids still are home. So maybe that could help some students.
Thank you, Alex.
Soy Alex, estoy en mi segundo año de la escuela secundaria de Timberline y quiero añadir a lo que Sinaí dijo, porque yo tuve un amigo el año pasado, que no hablaba muy bien inglés y yo le ayudaba a interpretar y por ayudarle a veces yo también perdía, la instrucción de las materias, pienso que debe de haber más ayuda para ellos. Mm, quiero también quiero añadir que el dinero para los suministros escolares, porque a veces las familias no tienen dinero para comprar cosas para la escuela, entonces iría también un dinero para ellos. Otra cosa es la transportación, porque hay muchas familias, como habían dicho, que se van temprano, los padres de la casa y las rutas de autobús no llegan ahí, entonces que tuvieran más acceso a transportación para poder llegar a sus escuelas.
Thank you. Alex, did you want to say any more?
Gracias, Alex. ¿Quieres decir otra cosa?
Okay. All right. Ulysses, Jose, Rigoberto, Gabby, yeah, go ahead, Jose.
How I would invest my the $1 million is by giving all the students in the school high-speed internet, because some families of 4, if you have a sister on her Chromebook and a mom on her phone and a little brother watching Netflix, that could be the reason of why you have so much bad connection. And because every member of your family is on the internet, you could have log off of a meeting or have a uploading problem.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Hola, soy José. Yo invertiría el dinero en darle a todas los estudiantes internet que puedan accesar desde sus casas y que funcione altamente, porque hay muchas personas o muchas familias que no pueden comprarlo ellos mismos. Y a veces cuando están en sus casas y hay mucha gente en internet, entonces no se puede usar o no se puede entregar un trabajo porque hay mucha gente usando el internet. Entonces, eso ayudaría a los estudiantes para que tengan más acceso a sus escuelas, estudios.
Thank you.
Gracias.
How about, sorry, Rigoberto, I know you go by Pancho. You want to go next?
Hi, my name is Rigoberto Barra, and I'm a freshman at River Ridge High School. And with the money, I'll invest on families who have kids with mental problems and in some family that have problems, students that have problems with their family. And half of it will go to student scholarships.
Thank you.
Gracias. Rigoberto, menciona que soy un estudiante de secundaria de primer año de River Ridge y yo invertiría el dinero en ayudar a estudiantes con problemas mentales y familias, y también a las familias, y ayudar a los estudiantes que tengan problemas con sus familias. Y el resto del dinero, pues lo daría a que hubiera más oportunidad de becas para los estudiantes.
Okay, who's next?
Hi, once again. I'm Gabby. I'm currently a junior at Riverdge High School. So first of all, $1 million isn't really anything, but if I had that money, I would give each student a full 4-year scholarship to a school of their choice in any state, because many students and families can't afford to go to college due to the cost of tuition and supplies. And also sometimes if it's a college that's far due to dorm or housing. So, yeah.
Hola, soy Gaby. De nuevo, estoy en mi tercer año de la secundaria de River Ridge y quiero decir que $1 millón pues no es mucho dinero. Yo le daría a cada estudiante una beca para ir a la universidad en el estado que quisieran y completamente pagada, porque a veces no les alcanza y no tienen la opción para poder pagar la universidad o acceso a becas y suministros en las escuelas, o para poder vivir en otro estado y atender la universidad.
Okay, let's hear from our last student and then we will close for the night.
Vamos a escuchar de nuestro último panelista de estudiante y vamos a cerrar por la noche.
Hi, I'm Ulises Hinojosa, and I'm at 8th grade, and I go to Camajin Middle School. The first thing I would do with the $1 million, like Sinai said, I would open school events for people in need, like school supplies, food, and clothes. And also, like Alex said, the bus routes. I have friends that live pretty far, but they just can't afford to move schools, so they take public buses to go to school. And that's not safe for all of them because there's people that could harm them. And of course, other things I'd do is get tutors for people that don't really understand, like Alex said, people that speak Spanish, like other languages, Korean. I have multiple friends that I help because they don't know how to reach out to get help. And also children with special needs. I feel like people really put a title on them and think that they can't reach far, but I have a friend that I play with. I play games with him. He's really, really good. He can't really talk much, but he's really good, and he impresses me how good he is at games. And I think that people really underestimate people with disabilities.
Wow. Oh, Ulises.
Ulises. Hola, soy Ulises, y soy estudiante en la escuela de Comachin. Yo invertiría el dinero, como estaba diciendo Sinaí, en eventos para la escuela y también para comida y suministros. También pienso que debe de haber más rutas de autobús, y porque tengo amistades que viven lejos y no pueden, el autobús no llega y tienen que tomar transportación pública para poder llegar a la escuela y me da miedo que les pase algo. Pienso también que debe de haber más tutores de idiomas, cualquier idioma, coreano, que tengo amistades que yo les ayudo mucho porque no saben cómo pedir ayuda en la escuela. Entonces, otra cosa también que pienso que es importante son los estudiantes que tienen necesidades especiales, que a veces la gente no piensa que pueden hacer mucho, que pueden llegar lejos, pero yo juego con un amigo mío que no habla mucho, pero me impresiona cómo juega y pues quiero que la gente se dé cuenta que ellos pueden.
Oh, I wish we could listen to our students all night long. Thank you so much.
Ojalá y pudiéramos escuchar a nuestros estudiantes toda la noche. Muchas gracias.
Oh, that was amazing. So, Gretchen,
Fue increíble.
I know we're just at 7 o'clock. Gretchen, will you please close us out here?
Absolutely. Thank you to all of you for bringing your expertise and your experiences to engage in such a constructive and open exchange with us. By being here today, you've played a significant role in working through an open and inclusive process to improve our district. Our board of directors has a work session scheduled for Thursday, January 21st to process all of what was shared tonight, and we will make a determination in the next few months, guiding our superintendent and her cabinet to develop tools to help overcome some of the identified challenges. A special thanks to Amber and Claudia and all of our panelists for your leadership and creation in tonight's agenda. We are so grateful for this opportunity to walk alongside all of you. Thanks so much.
Gracias a todos por aportar sus conocimientos y experiencias a la mesa y participar en intercambios tan fructuosos, constructivos y abiertos. Al estar presente hoy, han jugado un papel importante en el trabajo colaborativo y estratégico a través de un proceso participativo, abierto e inclusivo para mejorar nuestro distrito. Nuestra junta directiva tiene una sesión de trabajo programada para el jueves 21 de enero a las 5 de la tarde para procesar todo lo que se compartió esta noche y tomaremos una determinación en los próximos meses para guiar a nuestra superintendente y su gabinete para desarrollar herramientas para ayudar a superar algunos de los desafíos identificados. Un agradecimiento especial a Amber y a Claudia, yo, y nuestros padres y líderes por su liderazgo en la creación y facilitación de esta noche. Estamos muy agradecidos por esta oportunidad de caminar a su lado.
So, you all can expect a follow-up email with lots of information and announcements for upcoming community conversations like this.
Van a recibir un correo electrónico con información sobre estas oportunidades que se compartirá en un correo electrónico de seguimiento a todos los que asistieron esta noche con información de las próximas juntas y lo que se compartió hoy.
I also wanted to announce that when I host events, I always give away door prizes or gratitude gifts. And so, you know, I have to announce the winners.
Quiero anunciar que tengo los ganadores de los premios de puerta y pues ahí vienen.
Okay, so our randomly chosen 3 winners, and I should show you what some of you are winning. So some of you are getting this. Oh, is it backwards?
No, it's good.
Okay, so yeah, this book.
Este libro es uno de los premios.
This book.
Y otro libro.
And then there's some art supplies, some paint, and some markers, and a good like self-discovery book.
Marcadores y cosas para pintar de arte.
A really nice book of poetry and words from young Latinos.
Un libro de poesía de jóvenes latinos.
Bananagrams in Spanish.
Es un juego que se llama Bananagrams, es para crear frases en español.
And a Starbucks gift card.
Y un premio de café para ir a comprar café en Starbucks.
So our winners are Claudia Fernandez, Susan Stiert, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, and Ulysses Hinojosa.
Ulises Hinojosa, and the other one?
Susan Stiert. Susan, where is she?
Yeah, Susan Stiert.
Oh, Susan Stiert, Ulises Hinojosa,
And Claudia Fernandez.
y Claudia Fernández.
Yay! So we'll follow up with you to claim your prizes at the district office.
Les vamos a dar una comunicación para que puedan coleccionar sus premios en el distrito.
Thank you everyone so much and have a great night. We so value your presence here tonight and know that we will take every single word you shared to heart.
Gracias a todos por presentarse y de verdad quiero que sepan que valoramos todas sus opiniones y todo lo que se dijo y vamos a seguir con estas pláticas. Buenas noches. Gracias. Que tengan buena noche. Adiós.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Gracias.
Night.
Buenas
Thank you.
noches. Buenas
Good night.
noches.
Good job, Claudia.
Thank you. That was crazy.
And Amber, but I know that